They always start with a kind of storm, like a real powerful storm. And there's always this dark, thick rain, like fresh motor oil. Storm started, something happened. His face, his eyes were different.
By the time they tried to evacuate the cities, it was already too late. The infection was everywhere.
The harvest is harvesting. What do you mean? 7 and 3 begin life in the lab of the first war with vaccines. Millions died in the first week of the pandemic dreams. We're the deep black death, smallpox, mutated disease. Flu shot propaganda for all population and troops. Avoid the plague. It might have slipped into the room. It's now we're born with 5 storms signal our doom. The death returns with the pissed off zombie moves. The sprinkler system equipped with the UAG. With the round up survivors in the cold facility. Watch the process of terror from the hill to the stream. I remain in the gas mask. I still filter my water clean. This isn't past tense on the plague and bad things couldn't be eradicated like smallpox in action. Avian influenza where the jet stream is how it happens. 2020 combined with coronavirus. Body stack. Avian influenza where the jet stream is how it happens. 2020 combined with coronavirus. Body stacking. 2020 combined with coronavirus. Body stacking.
Pull that rubber chicken from out your sleeve. Man. Matthew 24:4. And it reads this. And Yahushua answered and said unto them, take heed that no man deceive you. Take good heed. First of all glory and honor belongs to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushua. All praises to the Most High of Yasharallah. And this is Uriah, brought to you in full by IS Vengeance. Double honors to the apostles, the elders, the great men who have spread this truth from generation to generation. And we shall proclaim it. We must. You might be asking why. Well, simply because the deception is real. Simply because you need to watch your quarters. Now that video, that music intern in the beginning was a video that was published in 2013. And as you heard, well, I hope you heard, that he mentioned the so-called coronavirus in 2020, the pandemic that actually happened. Now, that song, like I said, came out in 2013. So isn't it something fishy about that? I would say, of course. But let no man deceive you by any means. Remember, our king said that. So you keep looking under those sleeves.
Contagious virus between humans, and it's often deadly. The 2 cases of Nipah virus were detected in India in the state of West Bengal, but there are concerns the outbreak could spread. The virus has a fatality rate of 40 to 75%, according to the World Health Organization, deadlier than the COVID virus, and there's no vaccine for Nipah. So authorities in India are taking no chances. At the same time, several airports across Asia, in Thailand, Singapore, Malaysia, and Hong Kong, are taking steps to screen passengers for any symptoms. Nipah is a zoonotic virus that's transmitted from animals, usually fruit bats, and doesn't spread easily to humans. It can also come from contaminated food. And when it does hit, it initially feels like the flu, then worsens. Experts say pneumonia and other respiratory symptoms can develop. But the most serious complication is encephalitis, or inflammation of the brain. The WHO says the fatality rate has a lot to do with the country's capacity to test, trace, and treat those infected. In India, authorities have quarantined nearly 200 people who may have come into contact with the 2 infected. It's the first time in nearly 20 years that India has had cases, but they believe the outbreak is now contained. Still, it's a situation that U.S. health officials are watching very closely, the CDC saying they're ready to assist if needed. Janice Mackey-Ferrer, NBC News, Beijing.
We need to be prepared for the next pandemic, for the next pandemic, for the next pandemic. We're not prepared for COVID-19, so we need...
For the next pandemic. Well, how do you know this, sir? why was there a song called Pandemic in 2013 that mentioned the coronavirus? How do you know there will be a next pandemic? But don't let no man deceive you by any means, and no matter, small or great. Hey man, I hope y'all still looking up those sleeves. Seriously. There's a rabbit. I see him.
We need to be prepared for the next pandemic. We're not prepared for COVID-19, so...
Right. Y'all ready for this stage? This deception? Alright. Down memory lane we go.
He's a really bad candidate, and frankly, I think a really bad person.
I'm a never Trump guy. I never liked him.
I, James David Vance, do solemnly swear that I will well and faithfully discharge the duties of the office on which I'm about to enter.
The president's doing a great job.
JD is kissing my ass.
Typical Trump, all bluster, very little substance. Over time, they'll start to realize how deep President Trump's will is.
There is no way we are going to allow a con artist to take over the conservative movement, and Donald Trump is a con artist.
With Donald Trump, we are going to make America not just great, but greater than it has ever been before.
I always like to hang around with losers, actually, because it makes me feel better.
I can't think of anybody in history that should get the Nobel Prize more than me. People of Iran, it's very dangerous outside. Bombs will be dropping everywhere.
I want people to stop dying.
The U.S. is bombing its way to peace. The death toll now over 1,300.
They said, he will start a war. I'm not going to start a war. I'm going to stop war.
Well, he started a war with no real solid rationale and with no solid plan. Given how quickly President Trump, on a gut feeling, pushed us into this war, we need a strategic justification.
Now you've done something that no other president could have done. No, I don't want to brag, but you know, they've said this about a lot of things. No other president can do some of this shit I'm doing.
Y'all tired of the deception yet? No? Okay, there's more.
There's a very large investigation underway, and a number of Army Criminal Investigation Division personnel are assigned to it.
Secretary Cohen has said that he wants to look into this, he wants to get to the bottom of it, he wants to examine all the available information and evidence, and he has assured us that he will do that.
And with 6 or 7 investigations underway, and a country that has values.
Because it's currently under investigation, we cannot provide any specific details regarding the allegation.
All allegations of such activity will be fully investigated.
Our initial investigation shows that fire came from the crowd, and our soldiers used their weapons to defend themselves.
I've directed the Pentagon to make sure that we spare no effort in conducting a full
investigation.
If any reports of civilian casualties emerge, we will fully
investigate them.
We don't target, Iran does. We will
investigate.
We really are living in a cognitive Wild West.
We really are living in a cognitive Wild West.
Living in a cognitive Wild West.
A cognitive Wild West.
Most people have near zero mimetic defenses or cognitive security suited for the age of synthetic media.
Near zero mimetic defenses
or cognitive security suited for the age of synthetic media.
The age of synthetic media.
The age of synthetic media.
Synthetic media.
Whatever immunity you have is worn down by the constant expectation of deception.
Whatever immunity you have is
worn down by the
constant expectation of deception.
The constant expectation of deception.
Worst of all, you've already epistemically surrendered. You've already
epistemically
surrendered.
Worst of all, you've already epistemically surrendered.
Worst of all, you've already epistemically surrendered.
Man, the deception is real. Yasharala. Hey, man, but at least we gotta have a little, or make a little light with this. I mean, because, sheesh, we in a beautiful time, Yasharala. But then, unfortunately, there's no games. Proverbs 12:22. Lying lips are an abomination to Yahweh, but they that deal truly are his delight. So lying lips, which we see a lot of that. Don't trust into your enemy, or Don't give trust unto him. For like as iron rust, so is his wickedness, man. And you seeing that wickedness. 2 Timothy 3:13. But evil men and seducers shall wax worse and worse, deceiving and being deceived. Hey man, they waxing worse and worse. Esau came out the belly speaking lies, man. But they're deceiving and being deceived. Man, you gotta watch that rabbit. Keep looking up your sleeve or in your hat for the tricks they pull. Hey, Yasharala, there's a lot of things going on in this administration too. Take a gander, shall you?
More drama rocking the Department of Homeland Security. A top Donald Trump appointed official has been put on leave after a bombshell report accused her of being on a sugar daddy website catering to young women looking for rich older men. Allison Hall has the details.
A top official at the Department of Homeland Security is under investigation today for allegedly asking sugar daddies to finance her lavish lifestyle. 29-year-old Julia Varvaro, the deputy assistant secretary for counterterrorism, has been put on administrative leave from her high-level job after her ex-boyfriend, who is 28 years her senior, claimed, "She told me that the $40,000 worth of jewelry on her wrists and ears are from her sugar daddies." In a formal complaint he filed with the Department of Homeland Security, he declared, "I believe that she's under financial stress and that her actions pose a security risk." Bob Bianchi, a 57-year-old wealthy software entrepreneur, says he whisked Varvaro away on luxury vacations in Aruba and Italy. In this photo, Varvaro holds a sign that reads, "She's horny." The businessman says he spent $40,000 on Varvaro in just 3 months. He also revealed text messages that he says show her asking for a new pair of shoes and help with her rent. When he pushed back, he says she responded, "Any past relationship would have jumped up and cared for me. I like feeling provided for, and you're not doing that for me, so not sure it will work." The Daily Mail claims they found a profile for Varvaro on a sugar daddy dating website known as Seeking Arrangements, which connects financially well-off older men with young women. According to the Daily Mail, Julia Varvaro called herself Alessia and offered seductive sophistication on the Seeking Arrangements website. Varvaro earned a PhD from St. John's University in New York, and Bianchi claims she told him she does not have college debt because sugar daddies paid for her college education. Miles Taylor, former chief of staff at the Department of Homeland Security, says if true, Julia Varvaro's lifestyle choices may be a national security issue.
Her alleged conduct is like the classic conduct that foreign intelligence services look for to try to blackmail someone. I mean, it's almost textbook.
Varvaro denies having a profile on Seeking Arrangement and says she did nothing wrong.
Man, the deputy assistant secretary over there at Homeland Security. I mean, man, this deception is crazy. Hey, but don't forget to wrap it before you tap it. Man, she over there acting up, man. But what you expect from these modern day women, man? What you expect? Especially from Esau and their deception and their lies, man. Hey, but wait, Yasharala. There's more.
Relax. Stop tensing up. Stop tensing up.
We're the police, all right? So you need to listen to someone. You're trying to talk to you.
I'm totally
okay, relax. Because we're here. We're not trying to control everything.
Oh my lord, we have new body camera footage of Steve Witkoff's son being arrested for cocaine and relentlessly trying to name drop the people that he knows to get out of this situation. Now, just to zoom out, Steve Witkoff is Donald Trump's special envoy to the Middle East. He's the person that's been traveling with Jared Kushner and even J.D. Vance over to Pakistan to negotiate with the Iranians. He also, multiple times, had negotiated with the Ukrainians, with other countries, Russians. He's an absolute fool. He is a stooge. He does not know what he's doing, and he very likely is selling out our country to Russia day by day by day. But this video is more about his son, and more about the dealings of his son and the Trump family, their sons as well. As I was doing research for this video and just trying to learn more about Zachary Witkoff, the person who was arrested, I began to get deeper and deeper down a rabbit hole of this insane cryptocurrency corruption that even I don't fully understand the mechanics of. I'm not fully into stablecoin versus crypto coin, but I understand enough that this is absolute bizarre, insane corruption happening that most people aren't paying attention to.
Nah, most people aren't. Because you see, Donald Trump funded billions and billions of dollars through this blockchain, or this new financial blockchain, through Bitcoin. And man, you can just profilically, you know what I mean, like just run your own currency systems through the underworkings of this blockchain to pull out trillions and billions of dollars funded through the access of fraud. And that's what's going on, man. And I can go further into that. But meanwhile, back in Deception Island,
Able in the mechanics.
Salakia Yasharala.
World Liberty Financial is an exchange that is very closely tied to Donald Trump and his sons. I mean, here's a photo of the board of World Liberty Financial. This is quite literally just the most hellish board I've ever seen. This is a nightmare blunt rotation. You have Donald J. Trump, Eric Trump, Don Jr., for some reason, Barron Trump. You have Chase Harrow, who couldn't even bother to put on a suit. He just is wearing a cap. You have Ryan Fang, Corey Kaplan, Alex Witkoff, and Zach Witkoff, and Stephen Witkoff. I mean, just look at this right here. They quite literally created a joint family business where they invited their sons to go join their corrupt crypto board. Donald Trump himself said, I'm going to get my 3 sons on this board to be incredibly corrupt. Steve Witkoff said, hey, can my sons join the corrupt board as well? And Trump was like, sure, Steve Witkoff, come on in. So there's a huge mosh posh of corruption that is still being exposed on a daily basis. And World Liberty Financial just got sued yesterday by one of the people that invested the most amount of money into them. Crypto billionaire Justin Sun filed a federal lawsuit against the Trump family-linked World Liberty Financial, accusing the venture of freezing his $75 million investment, blocking him from selling, and stripping his voting rights. Sun claims the company pressured him to buy hundreds of millions of more in a new coin and retaliated when he refused, even threatening to report him to U.S. authorities. So this guy was not allowed to step foot into the United States because he was being investigated by Biden's SEC for security fraud and market manipulation. When Trump gets into office, I'm sorry for zooming in on this creepy ass guy eating a banana, but then right before Trump got into office, the same guy invested $30 million in Trump's cryptocurrency because he wanted the charges to be dropped. When that wasn't enough, he invested another $45 million, totaling $75 million in investment. Well, guess what? The Trump administration wanted more. They froze his funds and said, we are not going to give you what you want if you don't keep investing in us.
Well, Trump's crypto project just used its own made-up token to drain $150 million from investors, and the company claims it's by design. Here's what happened. World Liberty Fi, the Trump family's crypto project, pledged $5 billion of its own token on a lending platform called Dolomite, borrowed $150 million in stablecoins against it, and sent over $40 million straight to Coinbase Prime, which is basically a fiat off-ramp. The pool is now 93% drained, making it nearly impossible for regular depositors to withdraw their money. To make matters worse, Dolomite is not some random platform. It's co-founded by a literal advisor to World Liberty Fi, and their depositors getting locked out, mostly everyday users who lent real real dollars expecting to earn yield and leave whenever they want. Here's how this works. People deposit US-backed stablecoins to earn yield. Borrowers come in, pledge crypto as collateral, and pay interest on the loans. In this case, World LibertyFi was the borrower, and its collateral was its own token. A token that's now down 75% from launch with almost no liquidity. So imagine you lent $1,000 to earn 6% per year. Then you get a tax bill and you need that money back. Well, you can't get it because the Trump family literally drained the entire pool using their made-up token. This project is currently calling the criticism FUD, but when the borrower, the collateral, and the platform advisor are all the same entity and real people's money is locked out, that's not FUD. That's a presidential scale extraction scheme.
Oh my God, that was very well said, especially the last sentence when he said the borrower, the platform, the collateral, and the advisors are all the same people. Then that's not fear and uncertainty and doubt, as he calls FUD. That is a presidential extraction of the American people. He just pointed out how World Liberty Financial is extracting money from the American people. Well, guess who the CEO of World Liberty Financial is, and the co-founder? It happens to be Zachary Witkoff. Let's check out this video of Zachary Witkoff getting arrested. Just for some context, this is taking place in Miami, and I'll play the audio in just 1 second, but that is Zach Witkoff being held down on the ground as he tried to enter a club that he's not allowed into, and they said no when he continued to try to enter. They then had to pin him down, and they found drugs on him.
Relax.
This is absurd. Take a listen.
Look, stop. Just relax. Relax. Okay, I got you now. Relax.
Officer.
Get back. Get back. Get back.
Relax. Officer. Relax.
Listen, I'm going to talk to you right now, okay? I'm going to detain you, and then we're going to talk to you. You understand?
I swear to God.
Yo, you understand? I'm talking to you. I'm going to talk to you right now.
Yes.
I need you to relax, okay?
Relax. Yes.
All right, you're going to get up, and you're going to walk with me, then we're going to talk. You understand that?
Yes.
All right, stop talking right now.
Yes. But I swear I didn't do it.
Get up, slow down.
Officer, I promise you I did not do it.
Get that shoe. Get that guy.
We'll talk to you now. Officer, my shoe is gone. They assaulted me.
Oh, come over here, man. Stop. Walk with me.
Okay, officer.
Come here.
I swear to God, these guys assaulted me.
You need to relax. All right? Stay right there.
Officer, I didn't
stop resisting me. Stay right here.
I'm not.
Stay right here.
I'm
all right?
not resisting you. I swear.
I'm going to say it. I think the officers are also being rather aggressive here. Listen, I don't like Zach Witkoff. I also don't like when cops are being incredibly aggressive. But hey, maybe Republicans need to have this experience to open their eyes and realize cops will abuse their power.
These guys
do not look my way because you're talking in my direction.
These guys assaulted me. With these guys assaulting me.
Is it possible to just hate everybody in this situation? Because this cop is being a little bit of a prick.
These guys assaulted me. Officer, can I please just say my piece?
Say it. Go ahead.
These guys assaulted me. I did absolutely nothing.
Since he talks like that, that's
No, sir. Can I talk to you for a second? Sir,
relax. You need to relax. No, relax. Stop tensing up. Stop tensing up.
We're the police, all right? So you need to listen to us when you're trying to talk to you. I'm totally sorry.
Hey,
relax. We're here. We're not trying to control everything. But you're not letting us do our job. Relax. I know. I'm sorry. I'm a little bit out of control. I got assaulted for no reason. I don't even have a shoe on. Okay, your shoes right next to you, right there. Okay, just relax. Listen, you're resisting. I'm not resisting. You're tensed up.
He absolutely was resisting, by the way. Zach Witkoff was on the ground trying to resist. He was trying to get out of it. That's why they threw him out. The reports say he was resisting. Everyone in the situation sucks.
Sheesh, I know what this is. Just corruption, deceit, deception from the rooter to the tutor. And man, it's digged into Esau's soil, man. His leaves, his works are showing. His skirt, his panties are down, man. And we seeing it crystal clear. His nakedness is shown. But don't be deceived, Yasharallah, for we laugh now and we laugh later when victory shall come through Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Meaning these Edomites are finished, man. Salakia. This is Colossians 2:8, final precept. Beware lest any man spoil you through philosophy and vain deceits. Like Yahweh Shai said, don't let any man deceive you through vanity, vain deceits, after the traditions of men, the other nations, after the rudiments of the world, and not after Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Khan. So we seeing it, Yasharallah. This deception is running rampant, but we run hot through the spirit. All glory and honor belongs to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. All praises to the Most High of Yasharallah. Amen. Remain spiritual, Yasharallah. Remain spiritual. For the spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak. Remain spiritual. Peace 'em out.